Approximately 1 in 5 Australians will experience a mental illness in their lifetime. The Caterson family has been exposed to mental illness for many years now. Janet Caterson and her husband Tim raised 2 daughters with diagnosed mental illnesses, one with obsessive compulsive disorder and the other with severe depression.
If anybody saw us, we were a typical family. A lot of the behaviour happened behind closed doors in our house. Dealing with someone with OCD is like dealing with somebody who is very, very fixed in their ways, very, very rigid in their routine. And it's hard for the whole family because if you take that child out of that routine, they become extremely stressed and anxious. And depression is very, very frustrating and difficult. And it's a huge sense of grief for that child. You feel helpless, you feel powerless. There's very, very little you can do. They did feel embarrassed about it. It was something they wanted to keep as a secret. They wanted to appear normal and they tried to act normal. We often altered our life. For example, our eldest girl with her severe depression, we didn't go out as often. We used to support her and look after her. I learned to recognise when their demeanour was down. I learned to recognise when their spirits were down. And I definitely learned to recognise anxiety.
Alexandra Caterson was diagnosed with depression when she was 15.
I felt ashamed because it feels like people don't accept it as something that's legitimately wrong. You're just weak and you're not good enough. The feeling is so real, but you can't see it. It's almost like a sinking feeling. It feels heavy and like there's something pushing you down underneath, say, water, and you just can't, you're struggling to stay afloat. It's hard because you're struggling with this, but you're also struggling with the normal pressures of being a teenager. You feel inadequate, but then you've also got the feelings of being sad and depressed all the time, and it affects the way you want to interact with people. Like, I'd rejected a lot of friends' invitations because I just didn't want them to know because I'd have to take medication, or I didn't want people to know because I didn't want them to judge me. For Mum and Dad, I think at times it was very hard going through both children at the same time, and I think looking back, they found it very upsetting, and at times they're like, what did we do wrong? In a way, having depression and a sister with OCD has made me who I am today. This is a mental illness and it's a legitimate illness. It's not something that's made up, or it's just the same as if you had a broken arm, you just can't see it.